Jason.
Danny.
How we doing, buddy?
Good. Been in Amazon a lot recently for Christmas?
Yeah. It's got rinsed, actually.
I tell you what, right? I need to stay off Instagram because the advertising is hitting me hard and I'm buying everything they're sending me.
Yeah, I've bought quite a few things, actually.
So
I bought a
bad.
head torch. Like, did you see the head torch where you do this? You kind of like wave your hand past your head and it goes on, but it's like, instead of just like one focused beam, it's this big... No?
You're just...
It's like,
Let there be light.
it's like Blackpool.
I bought this, I haven't seen that, but I bought this calendar that comes with a bunch of sticky pads. It's like a big, massive wall calendar. Comes with like a marker pen and like little sticky pads so you can basically plan your whole year out. I don't know. I reckon January is going to be full.
You're not using that.
And then February to
You're not using
December is
You're
just
not
going to
using
look bare.
No.
I want to use it. I think it looks cool.
I'm going to come over and then just write podcast stuff on it.
I've always wanted to have like a big visible calendar in my office so I can like visually see like how many weddings I've got, like kind of corporate shoots I've got, podcast days. It'd be quite nice to see that because then it would go, if I ever feel like I'm quiet, I go, look at that.
Do you not have like an online version of that?
Yeah, but I can't see that all the time when I walk into an office. Do you not have a light switch?
But you can...
Do you not have a light switch on your wall that can just let there be light? What do you need a head torch for? Are you going to your
Because
basement?
when I get home, a lot of the time when I get home, I'm like, shit, the bins need to go out. And then like there's no lights at the side bit where the bins are. So then I normally like hit the drain pipe. I've actually broke the drain pipe off it had like a little, you know, a bit that attaches to like the wall. I've like snapped that because I whacked it with a bin. So there, light up by Blackpool and then boom.
I'm not sure a light's going to solve that problem.
It will.
I'm not sure. And your neighbours are just like, oh my God, it's
Watch
daylight outside.
Best. The neighbours will be like, right, time to get up. It's really bright though by the looks of it. Like,
I can't wait to see. The video's going to make it.
It better not be one of these ones where it's like, you know, you get it off Temu and it's like, oh, there's a wee.
Do you know something? Probably the most stupid thing that I've bought online is this toothbrush, right? That you basically just, it's like a mouth guard. You put it in your mouth, you press a button, it's meant to like vibrate, right? And it's got a bunch of brushes. And the video's like, oh my God, it cleans all your teeth in like 15 seconds. And I was like, that sounds like something I could get behind. I get it. And then I'm like, how do you even put toothpaste in this thing? So like I put toothpaste there and I'm like, well, that's only going to clean this tooth. So I had to put it all in. So I'm like filling this thing up with toothpaste, put it in. My God, it burned. It burned with the amount of toothpaste that I was having. It got one use, cost me 40 quid.
Good purchase. I'm trying to think what else I bought. Actually, no, Kirsty. So have you seen that game that it's like it attaches to the door frame and it drops like the wee sticks? It's like yellow and blue.
I know that Formula 1 drivers do that for like reflexes and stuff.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
But I've not seen the game online.
So, I mean, I've been getting battered with it for ages. And I'm like, oh, that's actually quite cool. The boys would probably like that.
Yeah.
And then Kirsty's like putting away because we've got a bit where all the presents are. She's putting it away. She brought it out and I was like, huh, what's that? And she's like, oh, I seen it online. I was like, oh, I wanted to get that. But it looks quite good. I think the boys quite like it. Because basically it's just got like 5 rods and they just randomly drop. And you need to try and catch them.
Tell you what, it's a great time to be a game designer at Christmas because anything's so easy to buy. If it looks even the remotely bit fun, people just snap that up because it's so easy to buy it now. So many card games I'm getting advertised for Christmas just now, which also coincides with the fact that why you probably shouldn't be advertising at this time of year because you cannot compete with these people. So if you are thinking of like advertising your business, oh yeah, I need to get ahead of the game. Christmas is not the time to do it.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's a great point just now because everybody's mind is just on Christmas.
Yeah. Like, this is the thing, like, obviously, you know, Christmas is usually quite a financially heavy sort of time. So you are thinking, God, I really need to get the business on go here. And maybe if you're organized, then maybe you're not necessarily like editing all the time. But of course, because most people are editing quite heavily at this time of year, you don't really focus on the front end of your business. And if things are quiet, you might be feeling guilty for that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it happens like every year. Like the leads around about this time of year just seem to, it's almost like it's like a slow decline, isn't it? From like November.
Yeah.
And then, but again, the fact of the matter is, so it's like, first of all, it's quite easy to fall into the trap of panicking that things are not going the way that they should be. You're not getting any leads in or whatever at this time of year. But I think if you look back historically, if you've got like a CRM, and you can look back historically and see what leads you had coming in, you'll probably find that it's probably on par or quite similar at this time of year than it has been in other years, you know, because even my leads have definitely dropped.
Yeah.
In comparison to what they were. You
I
know?
looked, I think because a couple of people have brought up about leads to me in the last couple of weeks. Some photographers reached out and had a couple of videographers just bring it up. I had a look. I've had 3 leads so far this month. Last December, I had 3 leads. And the year before that, I had 6 leads come in, which was significantly lower than most months. But you just got to look at the time of year it is. I mean, no one is really getting engaged in November unless there's, you know, an anniversary or something like that.
Yeah.
Most people around this time of year are waiting for Christmas. It's happening. People still get engaged on Christmas Day.
Loads.
Loads of
It's
people.
such a busy time
That's
for
why
like
January is
engagement.
normally like, you know, a really busy month for people. But it's a time where people's attention is diverted because, as we were saying earlier, when you go on Instagram, all you get are adverts for games or things you can buy your partner or your child. I mean, I'm getting inundated with this book that I can personalize for Gene and AJ, and I'm like, yeah, that's just spending money on things. I don't like. They don't need that. It's a cute thing, but this is what you're getting all the time. You're not getting wedding content delivered.
Yeah.
And because most of us are just busy editing, we're not putting new content out. So it's naturally quieter at this time of year for inquiries. So I think it is right. Don't panic and don't think, you know what, I need to advertise, because one, it's going to cost you way more right now.
Paid advertising.
Paid advertising.
Yeah. Because it's funny. So I, again, because I've been editing just in the background, editing the galleries, again, I'm not really posting any like teasers or anything like that. And generally during the busy times, you're constantly posting out teasers, and there's a direct correlation from you like posting to getting inquiries through. Like, it's just what happens. And it's interesting because I was looking at it and I'd done a little bit of like just general in the life story update posting, but nothing that would get maybe like shared by like another supplier or anything like that. But I put a little post up. It was just about, you know, I think I shared like a reel from another photographer that I enjoy working with. And then on the back of it, 2 inquiries, you know, from that I've already booked that photographer kind of thing, you know. So, which again just reminded me that, and it happens every year, and I know we tell people like on the pod to do it, but it's also just good to have like your own little reminder of that as well, is that although you're maybe not posting you're not posting as much because you're not posting highlights or whatever, still try and dedicate some time to being somewhat active on Instagram, because it will pay dividends of getting inquiries through, and be that little snippets of something, or like sharing other people's reels, or just like engaging with other accounts and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
Just, it's like a reminder to do that, you know?
I mean, obviously we say it's great advice, and it is solid advice. I think anyone that's doing it is going to succeed, because right now is the quietest time for wedding suppliers to be posting out there. So if you are doing it, you are going to be standing out amongst the crowd. So if you have the time right now, get on there, because you'll be beating the 95% of the others, including ourselves, because
You're in the editing caves.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. I think I'm kind of more focused on getting the work out that I want to, so I can start next year stronger. So I'm doing that, and I'm going to use January as this time when, you know, all that Christmas nonsense is past, and we can look at 2026's year. So I'm kind of doing that. I mean, I do have a quiet beginning to next year, and I'm not really concerned because the finances are still fine for it, but I am looking forward to that window where I can really look at what I need to do. We're going to be talking about that in a couple of weeks' time anyway, but I think if you do have the capacity to get on a story and just talk about your editing, or what you're excited for Christmas, like get your personality over there, then it is going to put you in good stead for just you being visible. Because imagine someone's following you just now and they get engaged at Christmas, and you're You're that videographer who is really cheery about Christmas. That's a genuine conversion in the future. And I think that's why you've been so successful at Stories, because you put yourself out there quite a lot, and you're talking, you come across as someone that's fairly likable. Wait till they meet you in real life. But, and then that's how conversion happens. So it is definitely wise to get your.
Or you could be like you and just not really go on quite as much. That's probably a better idea, because
I was literally just
turn
saying,
people off.
Don't do what I do. I'm a hermit. That's just hiding about my cave, and if you come out, I will bite.
Are you tired of CRM just not getting the basic things right?
Things like being able to customize your brand fully,
Or constantly sending your emails to their spam folder?
or the juicy stuff, getting analytics into performance.
That's why we have made the switch to Wadola.
The CRM built by wedding pros for wedding pros.
It's honestly the prettiest CRM we've ever seen.
To help you make the switch, we're offering 3 months free on Wadola by entering the code TWVP.
Wadola, the community-built CRM for wedding professionals.
If your editing backlog is stressing you out, Bride and Groom Video are here to help.
You get a dedicated account manager that matches an editor to your unique style, so your films can get delivered without the overwhelm.
Listeners of That Wedding Videographer podcast get £75 off for their first order by using the code TWVP75.
And for UK videographers only, brideandgroom.video have launched a special package price for feature and highlight films just for you.
Plus, you'll also get an extra discount in ceremony and speeches.
This makes it much more cost effective to use brideandgroom.video as your editing studio.
Send your footage, send your brief, and they'll sort the rest.
Hasta la vista, backlog. No, but I mean, it's true. It's just trying to have, and I know it's so difficult at this time of year, again, because we're just trying to get as many films done as possible. It's the same as everybody right now, but just try and dedicate just a little bit of time to just putting some stuff out there. And even like, if you don't want to do stories or talking into camera, there's still bits that if you're mid-edit and you'll go through like an edit and be, oh, that's really nice, couple of shots, or just maybe if you can find the time, just turn it into like a little quick reel. It doesn't have to be much, just a few shots. Again, just so that there's something on there just to show that you're active, I think it also helps go a long way as well for like people, for couples to see that you're still posting stuff as well, to show that things are still moving as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like, because we all know what it's like. People just, couples will be like, oh, I'm getting the family together for Christmas. Fancy that.
Yeah.
Imagine getting the fam together for Christmas. Will the gallery be ready then, kind of thing, And again, if you're just, I think the times when those emails come in, tenfold is when you don't post anything and when you're not active on socials, because it leaves this window of like doubt that are they still in business?
Yeah.
Do you know?
But I think a lot of people have the fear about being public on social media when they do have these deliverables, because although they have reached out to people, if you are joyous and sort of you feel like happy-go-lucky and you're talking about stuff on Instagram that's maybe not about that backlog, and you've got people waiting, are those people going to think, you know what, I've still got my wedding to get delivered by Christmas, and you're talking about all those things you got on Instagram Marketplace or whatever like that. You should be working on my wedding film. I think that's you and your fear, because most of the time, if you think about it, whenever you're thinking about delivering a wedding film, wherever you're thinking about that deadline, they're not necessarily the same mindset. They're just living their life knowing that you are working on their film and they will get delivered at some point.
Yeah,
they're not constantly thinking about their wedding film.
They're not just sitting there refreshing the Instagram page.
No, they are not counting down every single minute that you're not working.
There might be one or two.
Oh, there's definitely one or two.
There's definitely one or two that are like that.
But if you haven't delivered that one by now, then you should get on that one.
Yeah.
Like, get the red flags out the window. But most of your couples should be laid back enough and trust you that you're gonna deliver when you said you're gonna deliver.
Yeah, and I think the understanding and I think most couples understand that video takes longer than photo to do. There's a small subset that don't.
Yeah.
Because I had one this year that I think it was shot was it shot mid to end of September, and like quite shortly after the wedding was like, so will it be ready by Christmas? And I was like, no. No.
Yeah.
no, sorry.
Yeah.
And then again, I laid on which I mean, it's not laying on. It's the truth of like the house move and no childcare and stuff like that. And she was fine, but again, a lot of it, like you said, is in your own head that people are just constantly thinking about it, and whilst it will come across their mind from time to time, and there will be a hope that it's ready for Christmas or whatever. You can't get everybody's filmed over by Christmas, and especially after a really, really busy summer, it's just not possible.
Yeah.
So I think that, and one bit of advice as well, I would say that if you do get any of those emails or Instagram messages that come through, reply to it as quickly as possible. Do like, don't sit on it for a few days, because that's then, or just ignore it, which I've heard people do, ignore it entirely, and that definitely does not help you. So just tackle it head on. And if you do think you're going to have it ready by Christmas, or you're going to have it ready by Christmas, then tell them that. If you do not think you're going to have it ready by Christmas, don't say to them it will be ready by Christmas, because you don't want to, you want to under promise and over deliver rather than the opposite, because that again is what then festers the bad feelings about the service that you provided. If you're just upfront with them, so like for me, what I have done, because I've had a couple of messages here and there from people just asking the question, and it's not like a where the fuck's my wedding film, Danny? It's just a hey, just wanted to check when you think it'll be ready by. And some of those have already passed, and I've said I'm actually working on it, at the moment, or I'm going to be working on it in a couple of weeks. So it'll be ready, in a couple of weeks' time or whatever. But then for the ones that I know that are not going to be past Christmas, I've just pretty much just said to them and said, hey, I'm really, hope you're well and stuff. I'm really excited to get editing your gallery. Unfortunately, I don't see it being ready by Christmas, and it's not something that I just want to rush. I explained the situation with the house move and the kids and stuff like that, and said, I'd love to have it ready for you by Christmas. I just don't see it happening, because I don't want to. I could rush it, and it's not going to be nearly as good as it should be, and I get it to you by Christmas, but it's something I would rather take my time with, because this is something that you're going to be watching in 20, 30 years time. So I would rather make sure that I give it my all rather than just get it out to you for the date of Christmas.
I think as well, like, a lot of the time we put pressure on ourselves because Christmas is this magical day when we think that, okay, there's people are going to be over at their families. But then imagine this for a second, right? You filmed a couple this year and they go over to someone else's house. Do you really think they're going to say, oh, by the way, everyone, let's watch our wedding film at their house?
I don't know. I think there will be.
There will be, but Christmas is so full of distractions that there's so many other things going on. It's not make or break whether or not the wedding film is ready for Christmas. So that's a pressure we put on ourselves. It'd be, for me, I'm imagining, wouldn't it be great to just sit down and all watch that as a family? But a lot of the times people want to be in the right, they maybe don't want to watch it on that day. They want to just
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day would be a great thing. So get it delivered for Boxing Day.
No, but again, it's just I think the main bit of advice I could give to anybody is just make sure that you communicate with your clients that it's, if it is going to be ready by Christmas and 100% it will be, tell them. If it's not going to be, do not promise that it's going to be, and do not ignore them. Yeah,
and it's really, obviously this is probably too late to offer this advice, but let's say you're in November and someone's got in touch with you and you've said, oh yeah, I'll definitely be ready by Christmas, but then life happens and it doesn't get in the way. I would, unless you've done a blanket email to everyone saying it's definitely gonna be ready by Christmas, then maybe the ones that you have told it'll be ready by Christmas, prioritize them, because you've already given them a date. And if you haven't told people that their film will be ready by Christmas and they came before those people, then I think it's probably wise to switch that up. And just because if people are expecting it by then yeah, deliver it. But I think I definitely made the mistake this year of being a bit ambitious with the amount of weddings. I said everything by the end of October will be delivered by Christmas. And I will do it. I will do it, but it is requiring a pretty tight schedule of getting stuff done.
You're mad.
Yeah, you're pretty mad. Like I've been working with ChatGPT to like create a schedule, like a working schedule, and I've actually put in breaks and stuff in there as well. I really like doing this because in the morning I can say, right, tell me what it is I'm doing today. And
How well have you managed to keep on the schedule?
I mean, I delay it every day
Yeah.
because I don't get stuff done. Like it sometimes things like a ceremony speeches. Oh yeah, prioritize 2 hours for that. Ceremony speeches never take 2 hours. Like
I've actually had a real, I mean, this is a side note, but I just had a lot of my syncing with the audio has not been syncing and it's doing my head in. I think I'm actually going to have to start using Syncala again.
yeah, I don't know what it is about ceremony speeches. Like I think, oh, what could be the problem here? Like it's a 30-minute ceremony. Surely I just need to watch it, multicam it, and get through it.
Too many variables.
So many variables. Not only am I getting a couple of distractions in it, like I did to be fair, I did quite a lot to the ceremony I was filming. I was editing till 2 last night, but also dealing with kid stuff in between that. And I think I edited that ceremony for like 3.5 to 4 hours.
Sometimes they take that long, yeah.
Like, how on earth is a half-hour thing? But that's the problem with video editing. Obviously, couples are not listening to this, so they don't know our plight. But that is sometimes, and I don't know, I've been doing this for years, and I still don't allocate enough time in my day mentally to do the jobs that need to be done.
Yeah, because I think a lot of the time you hope for best case scenario, and it just doesn't end up with that. But yeah, so as we know, there's a lot that goes into it, and I think for most of us, we don't want to rush it, especially for like an arbitrary date of Christmas or whatever. So just as Jay said, if you've told people they're going to get it, do your damnedest to get it. But if you know that it's not going to happen, just send them a message. The majority of them will be fine with it. They might be a bit disappointed, but I think they would rather you were upfront about it. And instead of them still waiting on, Christmas Day for a last minute present from Santa, that is not going to come, and you're going to be too busy, and you don't want any messages from clients on Christmas to say, hey, just wanted to check if it's going to be coming today or not. It's like, no, I'm currently spending time with my family because I've not really spent much time with them over the past wee while because I've been editing.
Yeah.
So just to give you the brain space and the peace of mind when it comes to Christmas, I always say just tackle stuff like this head on. Don't just put your head in the sand and hope it goes away because it's not going to go away. Just have that open line of communication with them and be fine. And also, so what I've done is, I think I said it earlier, but I sent them a voice note. So they would send me a message and I would send them a voice note back. You could do a video message if you wanted. But I think it's a little bit more personal than just writing a text. Mm-hmm. So if you're not happy with doing like a video message, a lot of the time I'm not, because I'm looking like I've been dragged through a hedge because I've just maybe like seen at the boys or whatever. But I'll do like a little voice note to them. And then it's a little bit more personal and you can get like your tone across and stuff like that more than, because if they are maybe getting a bit antsy, they can read into text differently. So just send a voice note and then it's a much more personal way of dealing with it than just writing back.
A text and an email can be read in any way imaginable, depending on the mood of that person. So if they're not in a good position to receive that, remember, Christmas can be a stressful time for everyone. Yeah. So if they're stressed already and reading that, it's definitely best to do.
You can get the brunt of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking to upgrade your cameras? Well, let's introduce you to the new Lumix flagships, the S1R2
and the S1 II. Some of the features we love about these cameras are:
on the S1R2, being able to crop in past the APS-C and pixel mode, giving you 3 focal lengths from 1 prime.
And the S1 II is also feisty, giving you 5.1K open gate at 50 frames a second.
Both of these cameras have 100 frames a second with a 1.1 crop.
Plus, both these cameras come with industry-leading IBIS, which Lumix is known for.
Lumix also has a loan scheme which allows you to borrow these cameras for 48 hours so you can try them out and make sure that they're the camera for you.
Not only will they deliver them for free, but they'll also pick them up for free as well.
Use the code TWVP at the Lumix store for 10% off.
Check the link in the show notes below.
If you want to give your couples a viewing experience that matches the quality of your films, then VidFlow is the way to go.
Just upload your work, let the couples watch it on their TV, they can view a gallery on their phone, and wrap it up with all your branding so they get the ultimate viewing experience.
Think of it like Netflix, but for wedding films.
Listeners of That Wedding Videographer podcast get 10% off when they use the code TWVP. Hit the link in the show notes to get started.
Level up your wedding film delivery experience today.
But I think, a lot of people probably know this already. But the weight that gets lifted off your shoulders when you do open that line of communication again, if you've been putting off talking to someone that, you maybe don't need to deliver bad news, but maybe say, okay, you're definitely getting it from here, rather than waiting for the email to come to you. The weight just lifts so much because you know that you've communicated your position, and now there's nothing left to come in the dark. So you can just freely work on what you need to do. But yeah, I think I'll just quickly go back to that ChatGPT thing, because I think this is something that flipped for me. I was working on. People always say eat the frog first, but just do the hard edits first. But the hard edits were really slowing me down. So what I did was put all the projects I need to do, all the the ceremony speeches, the different styles of edits that I need to do, the position that each of the edits were in to ChatGPT, and I put that all in, including this today, the podcast day, and the kind of timings that I have available between now and the 23rd when I want to stop. And it just created a whole timeline for me. That I'm only one speech behind that schedule.
That's not bad.
So I'm okay. But
so is that basically just, instead of getting you to do this edit and then do this edit, it's okay, do some ceremony and speeches for this edit here, so it keeps moving the needle forward. It's a smart way to do it.
So
to be fair,
what I found is that I've actually, rather than just doing the hard edits first and then cramming all the easy stuff in right before Christmas, I am working on the stuff that I can just get that needle move forward. So my spreadsheet has so much green in it now, which is great. And I've in the last week, I've delivered 6 galleries.
Yeah. See, it's a smart way to do it when you think of it, because there's so many days that we can be spent creatively. But if you do the ceremony and speeches, there's zero creativity with that. Yeah. It's literally just cutting, but it's still a job that needs done.
Yeah.
So it's still, as I said, moves the needle forward, but you're maybe not doing the really hard stuff, which is obviously maybe feature films or whatever, and the creative stuff with the highlights, but it's still ticking something off that still is going to need done in the future anyway.
Yeah. I mean, there's no point wasting a day when you just don't have it looking at a project, because you've spent hours not moving the needle forward when you could have actually made your future life easier by just doing the stuff you need to do.
Future Danny, future
and of course, when I run out of the easy jobs, I will have to tackle the hard jobs. But I'll also have a tighter deadline, which means there's less time for faffing around. So, and I do find that when a deadline comes, my creativity goes to the roof. When a deadline is there.
I done it. I had recently I'd said to the couple that the gallery would be ready by, I think it was by the Friday, and I was only halfway through the feature by the close of the Wednesday, and then I managed to get the feature finished and the highlight done within a day, which is quite fast for me. But again, it's just because I had and it wasn't too difficult. It was a lot of it was already kind of mapped out, but it would probably, in normal circumstances, it would probably take me longer. But because I was so hyper focused, I just kept looking at the clock, thinking, right, I need to pick the boys up in an hour, I need to pick the boys up in 40 minutes. Managed to get it done. But no, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. But yeah, hopefully this is just a little reminder of a couple of things. One, make sure you stay active as much as you can on socials, be that with stories or posting little kind of clips here and there from your wedding films, which you can easily do. You can pull some stuff out from a gallery that you're working on at the moment and post it up. It doesn't have to be War and Peace don't think about it too much. You can use ChatGPT if you want to give you a bit of a hand with the caption again, so that you don't need to think about it. Make sure you've got the line of communication sorted with your clients. Don't bury your head in the sand. Worst thing that you can do. Just tick things off. If you don't feel too creative, go and do a ceremony and speeches edit.
Yeah.
Tick it off.
It's not fun, but it will.
It's
will
work
thank yourself.
that needs doing. In future, you will thank you.
And it will take longer than you imagine it will. It's not a half-hour job.
Yeah. So if it's too late at night and you can't be bothered starting a new project, just start a ceremony and speeches. Boom.
That's it.
Then that's 2 done. But anyway, we hope you're hanging in there. We're right there with you.
It's almost over, we promise.
It's almost time to see the big man spend their time with our families, but we've got a little bit of time before that yet. But We will be coming to you with a Christmas special episode next week. Stay tuned for that.
Ho, ho, ho.
Enjoy the rest of the Christmas shopping, and we will speak to you next week. I've been Danny. You forgot.
You forgot.
You forgot.
You forgot. You were just like wrapping up.
I've been Danny.
I've been Jace.
That's been That Wedding Videographer podcast. See you next week.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.